Subscribe to this YouTube channel and please enjoy watching this video. Here we go. Dominic Solanke scored twice to give Bournemouth a richly deserved victory over Newcastle United as injuries continue to mount for visiting manager Eddie Howe. Bournemouth failed to capitalise on numerous chances in the first half before Solanke eventually broke the deadlock after an hour, taking advantage of a fortunate ricochet off Joe Willock to slot in from close range. He doubled Bournemouth's lead 13 minutes later, flicking in a rebound after Luis Sinisterra's header came back off the post. It was a disappointing result for Newcastle, who were without midfielder Bruno Guimaraes through suspension and injured striker Callum Wilson, before Miguel Almiron was forced off in the first half. Sean Longstaff had the best of their chances late in the second half, curling over the bar from an unmarked position, but only after goalkeeper Nick Pope made several smart saves to prevent Bournemouth's tally rising. Defeat leaves Howe side 7th in the Premier League table, 4 points behind 4th-placed Liverpool, and the Reds can extend their advantage against Brentford at Anfield on Sunday. Meanwhile, Bournemouth have opened up a 3-point gap on the bottom three with just their second victory from 12 Premier League matches this season. Glenn Murray, former Brighton striker, on BBC Radio 5 Live said Newcastle looked a bit jaded with the trip in midweek and it just showed in the legs today. Injuries are taking their toll on Eddie Howe's squad. You saw that in the comparative lack of quality between the sides, with so many young players and squad players in the team. Bournemouth sensed that weakness and came out with a point to prove. They had plenty of attacking threat, dominated and got a vital win and 3 points. They enter the international break with that gap and cushion from the bottom three. Bournemouth's only previous home league win against Newcastle was a 2-1 success in the Old Division 2 in September 1989. Paul Molden scored twice for Harry Redknapp's team after Mickey Quinn had put Jim Smith's Newcastle ahead after 3 minutes. That was the first ever league meeting. Since the start of last season, no player has had more goal involvements of any bottom-half team than Solanke, 20. Here, he had more shots, 4, more touches in the opposition box, 7, and more possession won in the final third, 3, than any other player. It all amounted to a 4th Premier League defeat of the season for Newcastle. They only lost 5 in the entire of last campaign. This came with a huge caveat of several key men missing, of course, and Eddie Howe will be grateful for the international break for a chance to recuperate following an unhappy return to Dorset for the former Bournemouth boss. In truth, this could have been far worse than the 2-0 scoreline. Bournemouth striker Dominic Solanke told Sky Sports, "I'm feeling good. We've not had the best start of the season, but we're in a place where we can kick on after back-to-back home wins. Hopefully I can kick on and keep scoring. We've always believed. We've had a tough start to the season and played some fantastic teams. Some of the games we've been unhappy not to take the 3 points. We're still off where we want to be in the league." Solanke says he will only get better and better, adding that back then, at Chelsea and Liverpool, it didn't quite work out. "I had to go back to square one and work myself back up. We were relegated back to the Championship. It was somewhere I didn't want to be, having dreamed of being in the Premier League, but it was a time for me to go and score some goals. I wanted to establish myself last season and now I feel a lot more confident. I feel with these goals behind me, I think it's only going to get better and better." What's next? After the international break, Bournemouth travel to Bramall Lane to face Sheffield United. Newcastle are also back in action on Saturday, November 25th. They host Chelsea at St James Park. Thank you for enjoying this video.